guys, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me. I was looking up an earthquake that happened today along the New Madrid Fault zone. And yeah, God shows me all kinds of stuff. Here we got the Ohio River. And this is the Paducah uranium processing plant. It's called the Paducah Gaseous Diffusion Containment and Storage of Uranium Hexafluoride. And this is in the New Madrid Fault Zone. It's like, oh my God. The site has been there for probably at least 60 years. There's all kinds of barrels of uranium still sitting on the ground. They're doing some kind of work there, decommissioning some of the buildings because local wells in the area have been contaminated by the radiation, uranium. Well, if the local wells are contaminated, I'm sure the Ohio River has got that too. In Portsmouth, Ohio, they have the same exact plant there. And these are barrels sitting on the ground outside, leaking of depleted uranium hexafluoride, I guess, or uranium. Those are the barrels. And according to the website where I got this image from, it says a nearly identical facility exists in Kentucky. The Paducah site, I might be pronouncing it wrong, both plants have restarted production with improved facilities following a pandemic safety pause. Here's another image I got from the website. It says mechanics use a magnetic drill to cut a sample from cylinders used in the feed process at the C333, a feed vaporization facility. This is in Paducah. Let me bring this up for you so you can see. Yeah, they got their little gas mask on. They got duct tape wrapped around their arms so they don't get any of the contamination of the radiation. Paducah site workers load cylinders into a waste container during the C333, a feed vaporization facility deactivating activity. Yeah, and they're all dressed in hazmat. They're removing anything flammable from the buildings and putting them in dumpsters. I'll show you in a minute, but we'll go to the site where the earthquake occurred. That somehow I ended up over here finding about this nuclear site in the New Madrid Fault Zone. Started out with me looking at these old blowholes from the great earthquake they had in 1811, 1812. This is probably one of the biggest ones that I found. And if it's not a blowhole, it's probably a sinkhole that developed from that earthquake, that maybe they used it for water later. But you can see the lines running through here where faults opened up during that earthquake. You can see the sand and mud blowholes. That's what these little white lines are. And this is the location of that 2.3 earthquake. Yeah, if I come out, yeah, you can see the little dotted lines. Yeah, these are all faults that were activated that blew out all the sand. And then over here, it's like, oh my goodness. See the faults? I only downloaded about 16 hours of earthquakes. This is that supposed 2.3 earthquake. Yeah, it rattled for quite a while. And let's see if it's really a 2.3. It is. I come up with a magnitude 2.35. And let's go back to the seismic signature. It's probably, yeah, it's all fault movement. Yeah, okay. There's some other ones marked in red. More earthquakes. Let's just check them out and see what we got here. Okay, right there is one not being reported. Another small one. That one's not in red. And it's going little on me. Yeah, there was quite a few small ones prior to this, which are all marked in red. And we'll bring it down. This is what it was showing when I pulled the files. And I got all excited about what I found. It's like, oh my goodness. Talking about government corruption. Yeah, this is rounded, tectonic. This is the plates moving. So let's bring this out. This is at 2.3. Okay, we'll bring it out. Yep. There's the, Mississippi River. The Tennessee line. Let's bring this out and we'll go up. Up over here to the top. That's where the 1811, 1812, 8.5 earthquake occurred. And, well, if you can't laugh, you might as well cry. This is the location of that, uranium site. Yeah, and this here is the Ohio River, which, runs all the way down through here, joining up with the Mississippi. There is a video on YouTube about the Paducah Site 101. This was published last year. I will give you a link to it. It's only had 2,800 views so far. Put out by the U.S. Department of Energy, Office of Environmental Management. Now, she is saying that this is the largest cleanup program in the world. They are responsible for safely cleaning up results from decades of nuclear weapons development and government-sponsored nuclear energy research. She says that when EM was established in 1989, it was responsible for the cleanup of 107 sites in 35 states. It's like, wow, I hope I'm not in one of the 35 states. And she says that 16 sites remain. We got Washington, California, Nevada. Oh, what do we got here? New Mexico, Arizona, Tennessee, Ohio. Is that South Carolina maybe? And what they're saying is the former Paducah site in western Kentucky. So this site in western Kentucky was originally a World War II munitions plant. Second of 3 planned uranium enrichment plants in the United States. The Paducah diffusion plant was first used to enrich uranium for military reactors and the nation's first nuclear plants. Oh, excuse me, not nuclear plants, but nuclear weapons program. It says here uranium enrichment operations ran continuously, ran for more than 60 years at the Paducah gaseous diffusion plant. It was owned and operated by the DOE and its predecessors until it was leased to a private industry, which continued uranium enrichment operations until May of 2013. In 1988, contamination was found in off-site residential wells. It led to extensive studies on the environmental impact from the plant. Now, these are the barrels that hold the uranium, depleted uranium hexafluoride, I assume. About or more than 1,300 people work at the site, and here they are tearing down one of the buildings. During its operations, it brought in over $500 million to the local community. The cleanup is projected to continue for another 25 years. So I guess they're hiring people from the local community to help with the demolition of these buildings. Here's an article I found that was dated January 17th of this year. EM names Near as deputy manager of the Portsmouth Purdue project office. And it says here, he took the job on January 29th. Will be the acting manager for CBFO, Deputy Assistant Secretary for Waste and Material Management. Will assist in the role of acting deputy manager for CBFO. His new role, will assist Joe Branburn in overseeing the deactivation and demolition of the former gaseous diffusion facility in Portsmouth, Ohio, and Paducah, Kentucky sites. So I really don't know if they're shutting them down, because here in October of last year, it talks about both of the EMS's conversion plants that recycle depleted uranium hexafluoride, DUF6, to safer and more beneficial products are back in business with improved safety and sustainability measures following the COVID-19 operational phase. The Paducah facility in western Kentucky was the first to restart in November of 2021. Under the pandemic protocols, EM took the opportunity to install and implement new equipment and processes to ensure improved safety production going forward. Significant amount of improvements is a new bulk hydrogen backup system that ensures continuous, uninterrupted delivery of hydrogen to the conversion process in case of a hydrogen generation outages. The new system stores and delivers excessive hydrogen produced from on-site generating units and supports receipt of hydrogen delivering by truck, and is designed in collaboration with PPPO prime contractor Mid-American Conversion Services and subcontractor Air Products. This important infrastructure project has improved the stability of the conversion process and help avoid operational upsets, reducing the need for intervention by plant personnel. And it says the PPPO's DUF program manager. The bulk hydrogen upgrade has been instrumental in improving the versatility and reliability of operations at both plants. In less than a year, we can already directly attribute more than 50 days of additional conversion operations to this key plant improvement. Commissioned in 2010 and 2011, EM's conversion facility were specially designed and constructed to convert, that uranium, the DUF6, at the former gaseous diffusion plants that enrich uranium for national security and commercial energy uses since the early 1950s. The result of conversion is a more stable uranium oxide along with aqueous hydrogen fluoride for disposition, storage, and reuse. Approximately 740,000 metric tons of DUF6 remain to be converted over the next several decades. Yep, right along the new Madrid Fault zone. And it talks about how they selected 3,556 acres, government-owned land near Paducah, Kentucky, and it was used as feedstock for nuclear weapons material and later for commercial nuclear power plants. Here it says workers have removed materials such as oils, combustibles, and environmental hazards from the C333, a feed vaporization facility at EM's Paducah site, as part of the recent actions to prepare the building and its adjoining process gas building for future demolition. December 20th of last year, Paducah removes 1 million pounds of hazardous refrigerant, achieving priority. It says here that they packaged up 1 million pounds of ozone-depleting R-114 refrigerant for off-site shipment and treatment using specialized container like the one pictured here on the flatbed trailer. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Paducah completes first-of-a-kind scanning facility. And this evidently is a large neutron assay system chamber at the Paducah site. The new facility, called the Large Item Neutron Assay System, LINAS, moves Paducah forward in its mission to prepare the C-333 process building and other buildings for future demolition at the former gaseous diffusion plant. The LINAS allows workers to collect precise measurements of the material held up in process gas equipment, which helps ensure the equipment is properly prepared for safe disposal. And it gives a link to a YouTube video. I'll give you a link to that down below also. So it starts out with Brent Montgomery, Four Rivers Nuclear Partnership, and the blue building is where this machine is at. Didn't really take them that long to build it. Here's the site, and they started it in 2021. It has a 3-foot thick cement ceiling, 2-foot thick walls, and a 4-foot thick cement floor. So they evidently built it so thick so that outside neutrons don't interfere with taking measurements of the radiation that of the material, I should say, that they're putting in the building. So the blue on the outside building is just an outside shell that they put up around the chamber. So here's an example of what they're detecting is uranium. As it decays, it releases neutrons. So they evidently got helium-3 from the Oak Ridge plant. And getting it from the Oak Ridge plant saved them millions of dollars. The neutrons react with the helium-3, giving them precise measurements of how much radiation is in there, how much neutrons are flowing out from the different things they put inside this machine. And that's supposed to be the neutrons reacting to the helium-3. So they got an example of a truck driving in. Let me turn off the sound. I don't want to get a copyright. And I'll play this. And it's going in, the cement doors close, and then I guess it drives out through the other door on the other side. But here you can see the heavy cement doors, yeah, on both sides. Maybe that's the operating room, which would be inside the building. You can see the cement platform, which is supposed to be like 4 feet thick. Yeah, this isn't very far from that area that has the volcano. Where is that at? Let's see, Hicks Dome. That's right up over here. Yeah. Yeah, when the government wants to mess up, they don't do it a little bit. Yeah, they do it in leaps and bounds. What are your thoughts about all this? Please put your comments down below. Please thumbs up my videos. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube loves to unsubscribe people. And share my videos. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.